Hello everyone, welcome to my new video. Today we are going Hollywood. I'm going to show you another creativity technique that is so much fun, especially if you like movies, and who doesn't. And not only that, I'll hand you some more prompts within my Plastober 2023 challenge that is running right now. Of course, you can do this challenge whenever you like, but if you take part until October 31st and post your work to Instagram using the hashtag Plastober23, you can win a Huion Kamvas 12 tablet. You can learn more about this in the description. And now let's get into Plastober Week 2 Hollywood compositions. And the fun starts right away because I want you to watch one of your favorite movies again. Maybe pick one that you didn't watch in a long time. And you're going to take the prompts list of Plastober Week 2 and pick stills from the movie, which would be a nice fit for these prompts. So we have vehicle, walk, transition, voyage, and food. I'll show you which movie I picked in a minute. So we take these stills and use them for making art. You can draw them, you can photograph similar scenes, you can sculpt them if you like, whatever you want. Stay close to the scenes or use them as more loose inspirations. And you will discover two things. First, you'll learn how directors build up their compositions, how they use the rule of thirds, the golden ratio, or totally off-balance layouts to support their storytelling. And you're going to be able to make your own scenes better through these studies, promised. Second, you'll watch the movie in a whole different light. You'll start loving specific scenes even more as you discover little details, and that's really great. Okay, I'd say let's pick a movie. Obviously, there's a vast number of movies to choose from, and if you can decide, I think going for one by a director who's known for strong compositions and shots would be nice. Wes Anderson's symmetrical shots would be interesting. I actually once made an artwork based on a scene from Moonrise Kingdom, this one here. Also, Quentin Tarantino or Martin Scorsese obviously come to mind. Movies I had on my personal list were Drive by Nicolas Winding Refn or Martin McDonagh's Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. But I decided to go with Snatch by Guy Ritchie. It's from the year 2000 and I remember watching it for the first time when it came out as a 14-year-old, being a bit too young to be part of the legal audience actually, but I always loved watching the weirdo small-time criminals. Actually, the whole movie is a collection of bizarre characters on the hunt of a diamond, and I thought Ritchie's way of telling the stories visually would deliver some great stills for this creative challenge. And it did. I took shots right from the start, like this one here with Frankie F. and Four Fingers. I wasn't aware before that there were so many car scenes in this movie, so lots of material for the prompts voyage and vehicle. Even too many, as I can't decide between this lovely camper, this beautiful BMW, this Volkswagen Beetle, or these gentlemen and a dog on their ride through London. You already see it in these stills. The mood of this movie is so consistent, the color grading has this desaturated, cold green vibe, and everything is kind of damp and foggy and seedy underworld themed. It's very inspiring to see how this adds to the storytelling. For the walk prompt, I picked Mike Reed as Doug the Head walking down the street. I love this shot where this guy kind of giving him the nasty stare. For food, I have this amazing scene where Bricktop feeds body parts to his pigs. The whole scene with the group walking through the piggery is incredible. For transition, I first had the scene with Whitney Jones as Bullet-Toothed Tony in mind, as he just transitioned a guy from life to death, and we can see the bloodlust on his face. But maybe I'll swap for a scene I have in mind with Brad Pitt's Mickey later on. The next step for me is to dive even more into these scenes simply by drawing scribbles. You don't need to stick to the original landscape ratio. Like I mentioned before, it's totally fine to interpret the scenes a little differently. However, I personally find it helpful to do some kind of reversed storyboarding first, so I'm doing just that here. When you work on such scribbles yourself, put an eye on where visual lines are. What is the main focus of the shot, and how did the director manage to put the viewer's eye on it? What makes a scene interesting, maybe even iconic? I enjoy analyzing the scenes a lot, and I'd actually love to draw all of these in my style sometime. Of course, these little scenes are very rough thumbnails, and I think I suck at thumbnailing. They never get this beautiful look others have in theirs. It's still important for me doing this to establish a shot and to try if a layout for an illustration I have in mind works. Obviously, we already can see that when we take movie references, so I made one more detailed scribble based on the caravan scene that is certainly one of my favorite shots from the movie. I love movie scenes that are kind of built like a theater stage or a still life artwork. And this is one of them, with this big caravan filling up the whole scene as a kind of main character here. And then there's the weird old guy standing next to it doing some barbecue. I think this would be the scene I'd love to turn into a full-blown artwork. What if we want to take it a step further though? Let's look into the scene with Bricktop in the piggery. I remember finding the movie poster really boring and not really matching the mood. Imagine an alternative movie poster with Bricktop and one of the pigs in his arms. Wouldn't that be much more eye-catching? So as you see, lots of ideas can result from doing this challenge, even beyond studying the director's compositions. I hope that explained this technique well. Of course, let me know any questions in the comments anytime. I'll be back explaining another creative task soon. Until then, cheers, goodbye, thanks for watching.